Hello, my freaky little darlings. YouTube is acknowledging that we exist, sort of. Why is it? Things are. Let's see here. Hi, Sophia. How are you today? Let's see if we can get this to actually work. Hi, Michelle. Let's see. Can we actually see? Dark blob. Can anyone see my screen? Or is it just what is happening? I'm gonna. Here we go. There we are, and now the screen is turning up, maybe. Can you guys see anything? Or is it just a dark blob? What is happening? Okay, so this is one of those times when we're having weird tech issues. Oh wait, now it is giving us some. That's maybe good. Maybe. If you guys can hear me, I am not certain that you can, but if you guys can, this is Jane Artsy. You can see my YouTube studio. That's good. Hopefully I can show you something better momentarily. If you can see the screen, this is a good sign. So we're continuing with the series today of the different. Should she be that color? Should she be darker? Is she gonna be tan? You know what? Yeah. Kind of love the idea that, so this is the artsy, like knowledge inspiration person. I kind of like the idea and just will never notice in her life. Is there any difference? No, she just has massive eyelashes. That's the only difference from that. Why does she have hair that completely obscures her? So I have had 2 absolutely atrocious weeks that ended up with my boss just leaving us. I think he just quits. He doesn't want to be with our group anymore. No, I do believe that he is just on vacation and will be coming back, but I am not entirely certain, considering what we've put the poor man through. I think every woman in my entire work group had something weird going on Tuesday. Like, we were all being difficult in some way. And the week before this one, I just had so much other stuff going on, so I'm just at that point right now where I'm just ready to have some sort of mental breakdown. But we have The Sims, so everything is gonna be better. I love the idea that she's that tan and has this many freckles. And red hair, and I'm going wild. Does she even need that? No. And I don't like that lipstick, it's a bit much. I actually kind of like her like that. With those. Or is those better? I like those better on her. Why is the live chat not living? Yeah, he's just given up on us, Michelle. It was our fault. We are very difficult. So on Tuesday, the day that he announced that, nope, I'm going away. I'm fairly certain he's just gone on vacation. But on that day, 4 of the girls in the team were having some sort of thing happening. I do not know what had happened. I do know that they spent an hour in a room with the boss sorting something out. So something has gone terribly wrong. Gotta love some terribly wrong. Was taken off by one of the female bosses. Don't know what happened there either. And then the next person, she was arguing with the boss about some decision or other that he made. So that was fun. Meanwhile, me, actually there were more women in the group and they just didn't come in at all. And then we have me, who took the mature approach and just collapsed on the floor. It was a lot. It was a day. But I have booked my time off at least in September, so I don't want to stay either. It was a lot. It's been a week. Yeah, Sims makes everything better. At least that's what I tell myself when I'm vaguely having a breakdown. Or actually having a breakdown. I did genuinely just collapse on the floor this week, so, you know. The boss wasn't even there for that originally, and so it was just the second in command, completely like, oh god, the boss isn't even here. You could just see him regretting, like, why does she have to faint now? I'm sorry. She said, laughing evilly. I am sorry for that part. She's cute. Alright, let's find her some clothes. That is into... Are we gonna make her nerdy? Probably not. I do quite like that. That looks nerdier for some reason. I don't know why. I like that on her. So how have you guys been? Michelle, how have you been coping without these streams to give you indigestion? These are really cute, actually. I think I'm gonna put her in that. And some underwear. That looks classy. That shows a lot of her bits. But it's worse than, it's better than that. These in the with the flower there instead of the. Wasn't there a white one? Cute in the white one.
Oh, this babu. That's the boo. Oh, misui.
Nobody lost me at work though. I have been double checking with boss that he knows where I'm about to go every time I have a meeting. I think it's starting to annoy him a tiny bit.
Dada, nashabi.
She now looks like she's about to get married, but I'm kind of into it. I kind of like this look for a bride, just like the earrings, that thing, it's a necklace, just the super simple hair and this floofy dress. She'd be a pretty bride.
Ooh, lali finkun.
I liked that dress better than these. Although that looks very cool.
Cuida.
That matches her eyes and is super it's nice, but it's also casual. And she suddenly grew hair. What did I do? I did something. Is it just my devices or is this stream a laggy mess?
Jamais jude. Quapi, fatavo.
The afternoon streams help me not procrastinate at work. That's good. That's helpful. I'm glad I'm helpful for someone.
Ma photo.
Quite neat, sort of playful. Her turn-ons are blondes with a beard, and she doesn't like vampires. I'm basing this entirely off of Eric from True Blood. Oh no, you guys have been left by yourselves as well. The last time my boss went on vacation, I think more than half of the team was gone by the end of the week. Just poofed. I was one of them actually. Nobody was angry in my case because it was obvious I was just super sick. Yeah, people just poofed. It is, are you a big team? Or are you just 5? Because 3 out of 5 is just, whew, that is a lot. So I'm just building this little place where all the houses look the same, and we're gonna in this house max out our she's gonna want to max her skills. This is hopefully gonna be quite a cozy live. I'm not sure, honestly. I have the brains for anything except a cozy live. I don't think I can take any more. It's been a lot. I think also my boss thought it was a lot because after I had fainted on the floor, he came back from wherever he had been and sort of sat down on a chair near me and was like, okay, LH, what's going on? And the only way I can parse his expression is fucking tired. Poor man. No wonder he just left us. I would not blame him one bit if he doesn't come back. I think he's more burnt out than me. He's been being his own second in command for weeks before we finally got one, so... Are we doing this in a kind of white, cozy style? Is that where we're going with this house? Yeah! Yeah, when I say I collapsed on the floor, I kind of mean it. It's not hyperbole. I didn't technically collapse on the floor because I am a first aider, and I realized I was gonna collapse on the floor, so I laid down on the floor before I went, because that is just, look, I don't want a head injury if I can avoid the head injury. It's that simple. If the head injury can be avoided, I'm gonna go for that. It's the last thing I need. Look, I am insane already. I don't need the help of a head injury. I really don't. It is unnecessary. And the second in command was like, should I get you a first aider? And I'm like, first of all, no thank you. Second of all, I am a first aider. And there's nothing a first aider can do right now except lie me down. I have already done that. We're fine. Then the boss came back and there was a first aider with me in minutes. Apparently that is the company policy. They stared at me for like 2 hours before I could walk in a straight line. I regret my life choices. So yeah, that was my week. I think. Yeah, and I wasn't the only, like, as I said, every woman in the team had something dramatic happening on that day. So it was just like, I don't know if the guys were being dramatic as well. A couple of them were. There were a couple of the guys that were innocent though. They did not cause any drama. What does she want to do? She wants to become a mad scientist. I feel like this is on par for my week. I also feel like I'm gonna be better at giving her her dream job than I was the romanticism person. Not culinary. Not athletic. No.
What's it?
Flappy, Evelyn, what's it?
He's locked himself in a corner. Mr. Hubble always puts himself in a corner. Nobody puts baby in the corner though. We do know that. But yeah, it was quite abusing, the way boss sat down on the chair, like, for goodness sake, why is this happening? He's younger than me, but I think he felt very old in that moment, poor man. We can be difficult as a team. Normally I'm not one of the ones being difficult, and technically I wasn't involved in the general drama. But I wasn't being not difficult, was I? Why is there an ironing board here? They don't, I mean, they wear clothes, but they don't, I mean, it's decorative, so Past Me has downloaded that for some reason. I don't know why she did that, but presumably she wanted to for some reason. Past Me can be weird at times. I generally like her though. Generally she's, oh, some of these are cute. Thanks, Past Me. This is lovely. Oh, we can be nautical. I'm pretty sure there's also... Yeah! I knew it was there somewhere. What was I looking for? I think I was looking for that. And she wants a telescope. Okay, honey. I mean, Jane. And my mouse is suddenly deciding it doesn't want a mouse. Which always... B has arrived. And Ryan! Hi, B and Ryan.
Pengrora Yasha, Izel, TC.
Danamase, and a putta nati.
Benar,
My
Hang out
domangash.
with us.
Bakalim, Abatonda Eshentai.
You're hanging with us, dude.
Napa.
I'm friendly with Ryan. D, hang. He's laughing at me because I stink. He would. This is true to character. I'm still not entirely over being lost at work.
Veshni. Tukalar.
Doesn't huh? Oh, Pandosha.
Lamna Veshna.
Leave, Ryan. Come on. If we dig enough for this stuff, and maybe also do some creativity, because if we do creativity, if we get an easel, we should be able to become like rich from the easel. Oh, we also, goodness, we need a fire alarm and one of those other alarms and the other thing, the phone. We have that. Here we go.
Oh.
I love how I've just placed that on the floor. A millennial grey? Oh yeah. My mother is like possibly a boomer, but she has this like style locked down. And it's not grey, it's white. We do need some like color or something. Should we... Is there a nice like green for... We need to un-millennial grey this place. I was about to call it a flat, even though it's literally a house. We can add some grey in there. That's nice. It does not go with the floor, but whatever. Like this is quite a nice house. Like I could live here. I prefer living in a small space that rocks, but that's neither here nor there. Muted earth tones. Yeah, I love me a muted earth tone. And so the inside of the Valkyrie is white and grey with some random wood because she's a boat, and all my sort of extra added-ons is green. I tend to go for that as like an extra color, but I painted the floor grey because it was puke turquoise. Like it was an awful shade of turquoise that should not be allowed to exist in the world. It was absolutely horrid. Someone in like the 70s made a decision, and it wasn't a good decision. So we had to fix that. Is that kind of nice? So I fixed that very early on because I could not live with it. You could not have lived with it either. I quite like that. That will do. And then she already had fairly new roof lining, or like ceiling in the ceiling, and it was grey. And then there's a bunch of wooden parts, and I quite like it. And then I added a bunch of touches of like flaxen coloured pillows with a little bit of muted purple on them, and lots of green little highlights. I mean, I'm not sure that what I did in the Valkyrie can even be considered decorating. I mean, it's just a boat. And trying not to have beetles coming inside. There are some small bugs that live in the rotting slip rails that I need to remove. Adventurer. We're gonna be an adventurer instead. And we need a ballet bar because all the cool kids have those. This was not what she wanted, it was just what I wanted. Do we know what her one true hobby is? No, we don't. We are going to do a tiny bits of a sheetsy deetsies and give her a class to study art.
Oh.
I think she's meant to study literature to be better in the career I just picked, but whatever. She wants to do creativity. Look at her. But yeah, this is a nice vibe. I think she's gonna have a nicer life than the other person. We are going to go back to the, I think she was a romance. We're going back to her eventually, and the family sim is of course our legacy, so. Oh wow, she really wants to study. Oh, she can't study the other things with those. That's an annoyance. Annoyance? That's an annoyance. We're gonna do physiology first, because that's really handy. Okay. Oh no, we wanna do... Yeah, I think that's the best way of using her points. We're gonna have some lunch meat sandwiches. Come on. Could you behave yourself, please, Jane? People ring for a long time in The Sims. Jane always reminds me of Jane Austen's character Jane Bennett, because she's slightly what I based my character Anemone on. And then I based her sister's Rose on just pure badass. Bluebell is the bastard offspring of like Alice Cullen and Geralt of Rivia. She is a tiny unholy terror. She's my character and I'm scared of her. And Joanna is the most like me. If I had the ability to have a career racing dragons, I would so do it. Come on. Oh wow, she wants to just study everything. I don't think we're gonna make it to work, because we're just gonna study everything in the known universe all the time. And I guess Bea and Nina aren't here. So Michelle, you get to be the unsupervised, I was about to say. The uncontested top fan. How does it feel? The unsupervised. I'm the one who's unsupervised. My whole team is, because our boss just left us. And members of the team left, like they snuck out before his share was even called. I also snuck out the day after, but I used like the system women too with like when we're late, when we're actively at work and we can't stop, we can run over and be late and we get to take that time back by going home early or coming in late if we want to in the system, which is what I did, and I think that's okay. But yeah, we need my team. We just need supervising. So here we go, creativity. She is loving her life though. Go pick up, it might be B. Nope, it wasn't B. Yes, you have earned being the top. You're the only one who's here. You're my biggest fan. Possibly you're the only one who realized that it started at 8 and not 9 today. We'll see if Nina turns up once it turns 9. We need to tell Nina the story about how I was lost. She does not know, unless she watched back the old live. Maybe she did. And Sophia was in. I'm not sure if she's still here. If you are, Sophia, that's lovely. If you're not, don't worry about it. But also you won't hear me say this, so that's fine. Okay. This house is very cutesy. We need to figure out what to keep in that. Stop. Hi Lauren! Lovely to see you. We appreciate you stopping in. We are doing a little bit of a series on the aspirations in Sims 2, so that's what we're doing at the moment. Can I not? Do I have to do it like that? Makes sense. So this is the knowledge aspiration, which mostly involves me telling odd stories about my characters and my work while my sim studies things. That is the weird thing of being a writer, by the way. Your characters spring things on you. even though, like, obviously they're in my brain, they should not be able to surprise me, right? Spoiler alert, they do not care. They surprise me just fine even though they're in my head. Including, so, in My Love Street Detectives, the main characters would be Anemone and Bluebell, the twins, their big sister Rose, their baby sister Joanna, and they have various family members, including the old witch, Spider, and their great something, maybe. There's a number of great-greats, grandma. And Aerwith and Spider, they're both like really powerful and really old witches. And they're on the warpath. Because a man popped into the shop and he wonders if he might be cursed. Oh, she's into tinkering. She's my kind of girl. This man, he wonders if he might be cursed because, we're almost done with that skill. There's something happening that he doesn't have any control over. However, it's positive. So he's kind of like, can there be a happy curse? And they're like, well, it's not a curse, but yeah, someone has meddled with your fate, just in a positive way, so it's like an anti-curse. And Anemone is there like, that still sounds ever so slightly alarming though. And they're like, yeah, it's not cool. He didn't consent to it, so it's not cool. And Spider is there like, we could just trace their magic and curse them back. And it's just made me crack up, like. And they are with this like, Meredal, that is a little early. Like basically telling her to chill. Go to work. Why? She keeps wandering around in her nightgown. Says I, who am here in my pajamas. Not the pajamas I sleep in, mind you, but a pair of pajamas. But yeah, that just cracked me up, how they were just casually like, should we ruin this person's life? Maybe not. Maybe do a bit more investigating first. It's like, I guess there comes a point where you're just so old that nothing startles you anymore. You've just naturally come to the conclusion of it's gonna be fine. But yeah, they crack me up sometimes. Cleaning, mechanical, creativity. Buy a base, buy a better bookcase. You might be onto something there, Jane. Do-do-do-do. Oh, and she did the Eureka thing. Do-do-do-do. I love how I'm doing that delighted laugh for absolutely no reason, because my sim is painting. This is why my partner is a boat. No human would have me, I'm too weird. I wouldn't have too many humans, to be fair. Humans are kind of boring. Have anybody else noticed that? Hey, run out and meet this person. You need friends. I can't tell if I was talking to myself or someone. I made a friend today in a very weird way. So I was walking towards the beach and very close to it there's like a steep hill. So I'd been hiking, essentially, going there. It's just a couple miles. Like, I'm in Cornwall, there are beaches everywhere. It's normal. It's fine. And it's just a very steep hill. So I hear a car behind me, so I step to the side at this very narrow farm track up a very steep hill to let the car pass. And the person kind of pulls over, which in most places would make me very wary, but not here. And she goes, "Do you want a lift to the top of the hill? Only if you're not a murderer." And I laughed a bit and was like, "I am not a murderer, and I would love a lift to the top of the hill." And she was like, "Oh, well, get in there then." So again, in most places do not do that. In this sort of neck of the woods, socially acceptable. And I go, "Well, if I was a murderer, I don't think I would, kill fellow women anyway. Like, there are men I could murder." Which, in context, putting someone at ease, making a little bit of a joke is fine. I'm not saying it's okay to murder men any more than it is to murder women. I kind of got the vibe that she thought she recognized me and then wasn't quite sure, and so I just wanted to put her at ease, right? And she went, "Well, those can be annoying." And I'm like, "Yeah, I suppose so, yeah." She goes, "But I was quite annoyed with a woman just now." And I was like, "Okay, what did she do?" And we ended up kind of gossiping about this woman who had annoyed her. And yeah, I made a friend. She normally comes to the same kind of cafes as me. We discussed that because I was heading towards one. She dropped me off at the top of the hill near that cafe. But it was just such a great little random encounter, and I am quite confident I'll see her again. Glad you didn't get kidnapped. I have scared so many friends by accepting lifts by men I don't know, because I'm in a marina, so I will know of someone even though I don't know them. And a normal sailor can be clocked at 50 yards, what they're supposed to be like. So it's not, I'm not overly worried about it, but oh, Mama Duck, that's lovely. But yeah, I have scared friends before with this. I scared them really much when I was like, "Well, I accepted a lift from a strange man again," and they were like, "Oh, for goodness sake, LH. And I was like, "Yeah, in the middle of the night." And they were like, "Okay, I just realized my mic fell. Could you even hear me with this?" Goodness. The sound should be much better now. But yeah, I accepted a lift from a man I don't know again, and they were like, "Oh, for goodness sake, in the middle of the night." Wait, what? And I slept on his couch overnight, and they were like, "What did you just say?" I'm like, "Well, I don't know him." And they were just getting more and more worried. And I'm like, "But he does know my mother." They like, "Okay." In fact, she was on speakerphone when I stepped into the car, and they were like, "Oh, okay. How well does your mother know this man?" And she's like, and I'm like, "He's her bestie." And they were like, "Oh, okay. That is acceptable, actually, but don't scare us like that again." I am evil. I have only met him twice. I live in a different country from my mother. A toy making a pottery wheel. I quite like the idea of her getting a pottery wheel. Although I think... can't she make some money off this stuff yet? Spelunker. I'm not quite sure why she has that job. I don't think she actually wants the job. Is the sound better now that I've retrieved my mic? It had literally fallen onto the Valkyrie. I just didn't notice. That does not surprise me, Michelle. I was kind of yelling though, so we should be okay either way. But yeah. Whoopsie. You sound closer now. I would think so. The mic is now... Again, I had met him once and he's my mother's best friend. Bogwitch is here. Hello, Bogwitch. I think it's Mogs that has the best outfit. I wouldn't sleep on an actual stranger's couch. I don't actually want to die. Currently, anyway. Why is everyone around her wearing the same red turtleneck? That was scary. But I'm a little shit, so I didn't tell my friends that my mother knew him until they'd already worried about me getting murdered. I have a knack for making people worry about me. Says the woman who just collapsed on the floor at her work. I don't do it on purpose usually. Sometimes I gently nudge people to be a little bit concerned because I am evil, but not really. That is so scary, by the way. I hate that picture. It's such a good life investment for Sims to get these not the toy making bench. She wanted a green energy source. So what happens is that you buy them for 600 simoleons, you put them on your roof, and they give you money back on your bills forever because they never get too old or need replacing. Now she can not have that pottery wheel because she needs money. Dig for some treasure or something. Not a bone. You're gonna need more money than that, honey. Oh. Whoop whoop. And we do at some point need, oh yeah, she's gotten 50 simoleons back from her solar panels. Whoop whoop. Fainting. Yeah, I have no self-preservation skills whatsoever. None. Although I must do, because somehow I survive all of it, so I would argue I have perfect self-preservation skills, because that is the only way I could possibly survive. Oh yeah, the getting lost is prolific. Rides from murderers. No, she wasn't a murderer. I was the murderer. Or the suspected murderer, anyway. Does she actually want to go to work? I don't think she does. And I'm not sure she has to. I think she might be earning more money from staying home. Because that's only 300. She could do that just by painting. We still need to finish the darn kitchen. I don't know why I named her Artsy. Maybe because they always end up doing like so much painting. My knowledge sims. I love how it's just suddenly snow everywhere. And that just grew like it needs cutting down in the middle of winter. Very realistic. I was about to say Disney there. Sims? What did Disney have to do with it? I mean, they probably own it too. They own everything else. Oh, that is one dirty bench. This is gonna take so long because I don't have... Is it mechanical? Oh no, maybe it's creativity that will give me a boost. I do have creativity. Oh, you mean getting lost as if on it at work? I just did not understand that comment until now. I'm a little slow at times. She is making the weirdest noises. Is she besties with Ryan? Is that what made her happy? I think so. She should... No. Behave yourself, mouse. I need to talk to the girls more. Getting lost at work was not my fault. I had told my boss exactly where I was going and when. I even followed all his instructions for how to correctly be at a meeting that he set up. I did exactly as I was told. He just forgot what he had told me. I don't think that's my fault.
Mama.
Getting lost, fainting, rides from murderers, napping with strangers. Damn. What strikes me about this description is that nothing in it is wrong. Like, this is a fairly insightful way to sum up my character. Why is it a fairly why is that an insightful way of summing up my character? What is wrong with me? Everything, apparently. But this is why I try not to judge people. Because I just have no space to judge anyone for anything, ever. In any capacity. And I'm trying to make, and currently failing, to make a living out of entertaining people on the internet by making YouTube videos. Hi Nina! Well, I'm not sure you're late as much as we're early. You have not missed very much. We just made this Lady Jane here. How are you number 1? What the... I guess it's a battle again. We're good, Nina. And yeah, we made this lady. It's still the knowledge. It's still the aspiration challenge. Nina, did you watch the other video back? Have you heard the story about me getting lost? Because if you haven't, I have to tell you. I've become one of those grandpas who has one story. Yeah, Michelle, you've been rather unfairly, I feel, knocked down. I am not still lost. I am in my house, boat, person, ship. I am supposed to be in here. But yeah, it feels like ages since we've seen Nina, which is probably because I have been gone for like 3 streams. So, a couple of, this was just over a week ago now. The boss lost me. Like, they literally lost track of where I was and couldn't find me. Meanwhile, I was exactly where he had told me to be. And I've never been as, like, puzzled. It took an hour for him to realize that he should call me and see what happened if he called me. Did he? Yeah, it took an hour, and at that point I answered my phone, and he was like, "Oh, LH." And I'm here like, why did he not? Oh no, bad streaming. I am lucky that the Valkyrie has as good reception as she does. Although I have set up a hotspot by putting my phone outside. So that reminds me that phone did not have that much battery, so I may have to check on that. But yeah, they'd forgotten where I was, so my boss's second in command, 20 minutes after I've gone to a meeting where I'm supposed to be, goes up to my boss and is like, "Where is LH, do you know?" And my boss is like, "Is she not where she's meant to be?" And his second in command is like, "She's not logged in the system and she's not at her computer. Like, where is she?" And so I've been having PTSD symptoms, right? And so I think boss was quite worried that, like, it was an oh no kind of situation, which it wasn't. I was exactly where I was meant to be. And so they panicked. Instead of looking for me effectively, they sent a woman to check in the bathroom, which that part makes sense. I was crying in there quite frequently at the time. I've since stopped doing that, but at the time, yeah. Boss had his second in command ring me, which, if I was having some sort of crisis, that was an unknown number. That's just illogical. She wants to kiss somebody. Excuse you? I thought you were knowledge aspiration. And the second in command even went around and checked everywhere that, like, the little meeting rooms, but they have privacy screens at sort of mid-height, so he just checked if there were feet in there. And I had taken my shoes off and pulled my feet up so he couldn't see anything. And then I was done with the meeting. That was over the phone, so obviously I didn't answer him because I was already on the phone. And just as my meeting has finished, boss rings me himself, and I pick up, having no idea that they're super worried because I've been lost, and just like casually answer like, "Hi boss, I'm about to come back." And he just kind of goes silent for a bit, and then, "I've forgotten you're meant to be somewhere, haven't I?" He told me afterwards that he could just tell from my tone that, like, nothing was wrong at all. I had no idea that they'd been looking for me. In that same after work conversation about how bad they are at finding people, I also let him know about the original story that I told you guys about just when I'd started working there, and like my second or third week, I think, there was somebody as I was going home who looked at me and went, "Who is she?" And their friend was like, "She must be new." And their friend was like, "Oh no, I know her. She's on the hot guys team." And boss chuckled and was like, "Who was that?" And I'm like, "I have no idea, sorry. I don't know them." But yeah, that's the story of how the boss knows that you guys call him the hot boss. He had a great chuckle at that, like... I knew he'd found it funny, or I would not be telling the stories that I tell. Yeah, I was on the hot guys team. I don't know. Another friend of mine at work has been speculating as to, like, who they might have been. And she was like, maybe they were from the other department, because he did used to come from down there. And I'm like... Yeah, but they clearly don't know him very well, or they would have referred to him by name. I was actually kind of pissed when it happened, because, like, as a feminist, I feel like if that happened to a female boss, I'd be pissed on her behalf. But I guess in his case, it's not like anybody actually caused him any harm because they think he's attractive, so I guess it's not quite the same, but part of me is just like, nope. Morally obliged to just be pissed, but he seemed, I guess, as long as that's true, it's not that bad. But yeah, I was slightly angry on his behalf. He's the competent boss, not the hot one. Maybe he's both, I don't know. Oh, did she do the... Did she get her thing? She didn't. Oh, did it just disappear? But yeah, he's left us, bless him. He's gone on holiday, which... We've been such hard work. Like, we're a team of just... It's like herding cats. He has compared it with he's herding sheep, but they're really fast before. I don't think he included me in that at the time, but I might have been slightly more like herding cats lately. So Nina, we had this thing happening this week at work where every single woman in the group were causing some sort of drama. I've not tried Simnation, no. But yeah, every woman in the group had some sort of drama going on. Some of them, like at least 2, didn't even come in. 4 of them had to spend a solid hour in a meeting with the boss discussing some sort of drama of, I don't know what it was, I wasn't involved, but drama. And one of them argued with the boss about his decision in something that he should decide about, but she argued with him. And I collapsed on the floor the same day. I remember looking over because he sat down on a chair next to me when I was already with first aiders and things, and just looking so tired, like, what's happened here? Like, oops, sorry. Sorry, dude, we're being a stressful team today. Yeah, you're stuck at work. Poor Michelle. Oh, Michelle, you're back to... You now have double the points that Nina does. You have 150, she has 75, Lauren has 25, and Sophia has also 25. Oh, look at that. Lots of... She's just gathering skills, but not the ones she actually needs for her job. Are you having a good day again now, Michelle? We can't ring Jill because we already have the two locked in that we can have locked in. For the wishes. And like, it's a big wish to get BFFs, so I don't want to waste those points. We're gonna study some more cooking. Me one shell. You're so petty, I love it. You have earned that though. You've spent a lot of time standing me in the last few weeks. You've been around bearing my presence and my dropping of the mic, quite literally. She's gaining enthusiasm in cuisine. What does that even mean? Should we... She's a spelunker. Cave spelunking? That is from the Batman Begins Batman movie. I did not remember that that was an actual word. Okay, we're gonna do a very brief streaming hold here. I'm going to turn on a light because the Valkyrie is getting dark. And then I'm gonna double check on the phone that is giving me network so that it doesn't die on me unexpectedly. I will be right back. You can watch Jane read cookbooks. Come on, light on. There you go, honey. Okay, V. Let's see here. Oh, my kerfuddle. That's not good at all. How do we do this? That is also not good. Yikes. If I do it this way, that's gonna be better than nothing, isn't it? Whoops. And then... Yeah, I know. I see that you're floating. I can also tell that you're floating because I'm not dizzy. And I'm very dizzy on land right now, honey. Ow! Oop. And I have a lap desk, so when I sit back down, things happen. The phone was on 2%. So it's now lying halfway outside on the half open door. A phone outside, yeah, and another one that's on my laptop so that I can see the shouts. I did buy a desk, but it was too big for where I meant to store it, so I had to send it back. But yeah, it's noticeably worse, the reception, if I don't put the phone outside, so I keep doing it. Study cooking! Oh, what happened? Oh, she became friends with B. I think it was B. Bestest of friends. How much enthusiasm does she have left in cuisine? She might get there. Maybe. Should we go to work? I feel like it's not necessarily conducive to what we're trying to do with our lives. She can become a space pirate if she tops it up though, if she maxes that out. So, yeah, the cuisine is high. I need to clean my kitchen, or rather tidy it. It's so hard sometimes to tidy away everything because it's a very small space. I eat out a lot because I am absolutely rubbish at cooking, amongst other things. Oh, we maxed out our cuisine, people. Put the plaque there where we can set it on fire. Come on, max the thing. She's not maxing the thing. Oh yeah. She did just as I told her to give up. Let's see. She wants to buy another green energy source. I wish that this was how it worked. You just bought them, put them on your house with no hassle with no hassle at all, and then they always worked. Did we lose Nina again? Nina, are you lost? Oh yeah, because her stream is lagging. And she wants to hear the whole story of me getting lost. I think I told it better last week. It was more accurate, like it was more recent in my mind. We also need to dedicate this space to something. Maybe the crafts later on. I think she wants a computer too, so we could do that. But I think this lady is much happier than the seducer woman that we... I am better at making these kinds of Sims happy. I do a better job. Also, her nightgown is the best thing ever. Serve some omelettes. I had pancakes today for lunch, so there's this cafe a couple of miles off that do all day like pancake breakfast, and they're near a beach. What's not to love? It's absolutely amazing. I adore it there. Is that a good share for us? That looks like a good share for us. Should we make it a little bit more cream? Or the green, but that's more my aesthetic than my Sims. She has done logic. She's done all the skills except the ones needed for her job. Pancakes. Gotta love a good pancake. They have them with red berries, which is pancakes with red berries on top of them. And then they have the breakfast stack, which is like it's American breakfast. Maybe that's why it's called. Oh, whatever. It's their American breakfast pancakes, which is bacon, an egg, a hash brown, and pancakes. That's just the best lunch. Hamburger patty and salad. Did you not eat the rest of the hamburger? Was it just the patty? This lady is super greedy with the skills. Like, we're studying something and she's like, no, I want to study more things. That reminds me of something that, a conversation I had with my professors at university, where one of them were joking about a self-sustaining program that we could like synthesize drugs in the lab, because they argued that like that's interesting and we could sell the drugs, it would be self-sustaining. And then he looked at me and went, except you can't do it. And I was like, why not? Like, why am I being excluded from this funny, stupid idea? And he was like, you're so darn curious, you would actually do that. And I'm like, he's not wrong. And another of the professors were like, I want a complete list of all the bridges you design once you're an engineer. And I was kind of like, why? Do you think my bridges would fail? And he's like, no, I don't think they'll fail at all. And that's the problem, because you're too dang fond of explosions. I felt a little bit too seen. There were jokes when I was at uni that I would end up being the chief engineer for terrorists. This was before terrorists were actually like really much a thing. I'm old, but yeah, that's... I also have a lot of empathy though, so I consider it more likely that I would like do things for films or something. I wouldn't want to hurt people. But I am way too creative, so if I decided I wanted to hurt people, you're all screwed. But I don't. I just like to mother people instead. Within an inch of their lives sometimes, but always consensually. Came as a patty melt butter on toast. Oh, okay. That makes sense, Michelle. Excuse you? Why did she do that to me? I thought we were friends. Was that a prank? It might have been a prank. Excuse you? Oh, I do have a vacation day. Well, I'm staying home then. Come on, get yourself all blurred up. Study mechanical. I don't want to be. You can't make me. I want to do something nice. At my current job, every time I tell people I went to uni for engineering, they look at me slightly, tilt their head and go, what are you doing here exactly? And I'm here like I improvised. I just go where the mood takes me. I will end up somewhere good eventually. Hopefully as a full-time author. I like my job though. It has been stressful recently, but like that's because of everything. It's not because I haven't enjoyed it. Is easier though because our boss is really great. He's a really good boss and it really helps, because a bad boss is... it's just really annoying when you're trying to do your job but the boss is bad. But ours is really good, so that is really helpful. Apparently he is also attractive, so I guess that's helpful for some people. I'm quite happy I don't find him attractive. I think that... but I am very glad he's my boss. I'm also very glad I downloaded that nightgown. Look at it. She's so cute. Feel like I should change her hair at some point though. Because it just doesn't match itself since it becomes a ponytail randomly. Do I not have... I have a... that one can be white. I also feel like her jewellery is very mishmashed. Oh look, it's Emma! She has the best clothes. Do we want like... oh, that is really cute on her! I like having like that one for... I'm just completely distracted myself with jewelry coordination. She's cute though. Do we? Because you can't sleep in that. Aw, she's cute. And then I feel like she should have something fancier for... like that. That's fancy as fuck. That's good. We like this. Oh no, it's getting laggy. It's probably because the phone that's outside is partially inside now. It's just lying on the door frame because it needed to charge. And the phone with the chat is on 8%, so... I planned on streaming until 10. We'll see if we make it. You should speak to Jill. Even though she's an asshole who knocks over my guns. One of my work colleagues got me a Lego set for my birthday. He gets like a bunch of the team like a Lego for birthdays, which is so sweet. I have to figure out when his birthday is and get him some Lego. Yeah, I knew that would appear there. She's earned 5,000 simoleons. Whoopie doopie doo. And I'd love to finish that so that... Oh, we did. Eureka! That is such a, like, useful games. Oh, she's close to that, though. Let's see if we can make the game maximum aspiration. I think these are quite annoying, but I will give it a try. She looks like she's in a wedding dress every time she goes to bed. Am I the only one who notices this? Actually, she looks quite bridal. She's quite cute. She likes doing silent things and paints really expensive pictures. She cannot go to work today. But yeah, all these things. Would I marry her? Can I live in the attic so it's not so close to people? At people? She's getting old too. We have to give her some of that. She's been wearing the same outfit for like 30 years at this point. Should we get her like another dress? We might have to. I don't think I care about the higher-ups. I am quite a successful painter. Painteress? Is that a thing? Paintress? Is there a feminine for painter? Paintess? Paintress? Because it is necromantess and enchantress. I am a fantasy writer, can you tell? And so would it be painteress? Paintress? Is the stream still laggy, Michelle? She has been reading about mechanics for some time. We're gonna do it some more. Is she too hungry to do it? Have a grilled cheese sandwich. That sounds good actually. Now I want a grilled cheese sandwich. I do have a nice bread for doing that. And I have ham. Ham and cheese, and I can put it in the toasty thing. LH, you've already had dinner. Are you aware of this? Yes. And lunch, but I didn't have breakfast, and I did like so much walking today. Oh yeah, I climbed that thing, didn't I? Why did I do that? Lack of self-preservation. Ah, that would do it. I probably did earn a sandwich then. Excuse yourself, you do not have to earn food. You know what I mean. Do I though? Well, there is such a thing as not needing food. And needing it because climby. Oh, so you're just justifying wanting more food with that you've already done exercise. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Sorry guys, I've now just held an entire conversation entirely with myself. Both versions of me have a point. Sometimes I'm just even weirder than normal. Which reminds me of the other thing that happened in the Love Street Detectives shop this week. So that is the book I'm writing, right? And a woman is coming into the shop. And she's like an attractive, she's a cutie pie. But except that it's like the light automatically falls so that it's the most flattering. Her clothes fall in the most flattering way. Like the wind blows her hair just right. And Spider looks at her and goes, "Ah, so you didn't manage to shake the curse yet." And she is being cursed so that she's always at her most attractive to everybody all the time. And they've given her like a magical flannel so she can have one piece of clothing that will actually cover her up instead of making her just look cuter. And she's just so amazed because it like scrunches at her waist and it makes her like, it falls in an unflattering way in certain angles, and she's like, this is amazing. It's a magical shirt. Do remember everyone to like the live. Liking the live is good for Pop-Tarts. If you understand that joke, I applaud you. If you don't understand the joke, it is a Sims 1 reference to the crazy neighborhood I play Sims 1 in. We have maxed yet another skill, peeps. She's now at 4 out of 7. Imagine knowing that much stuff. She wants to buy a robot station. Well, you are gonna have to dig for quite some treasure to afford that, honey boo. She should have just moved into a boat instead. Much cheaper than a house. And they rarely sink. Which is the least reassuring statement ever. Oh, I'm glad the lagginess has receded. What was I gonna buy? I was gonna buy a robotic station. We are gonna do stuff. Those are actually really cute, but I don't like that color. But I have many colors. Yes, I do. Those are really cute. I love those. I am doubtlessly into odd things, but like all these little bits and bobs. Actually, that one would be really nice on there. We're gonna put a bottle of, what is it, snake venom or something? Like all these little bitsy bobsy things. They make me so happy. I think I have a really low threshold for being happy. But I don't think that's a bad thing. Van parked outside. It's covered in peace signs and flower stickers. Oh, that's really lovely though. Part of me wants to buy a camper van because I adore the Valkyrie, but it's not like a quick way to get around. It's not a bad way to get around, but if you're gonna sail somewhere in an old bilge keel boat like the Valkyrie, you better have enough time on your hands because it takes ages. And I'm not that good of a sailor yet. I'm a fairly good driver, so like a small camper van just to kind of explore more. There are so many parts of Penzance I've never seen. And like it's not that bleeming far to drive up like to Wales and things. I've never been to Wales. And people keep telling me I sound Irish, but I've never been to Ireland. I'm not sure I've ever been to Scotland either. Although I can never say the word proud without sounding like I'm Scottish. I don't know who broke that setting in my brain. But it's really tempting to kind of get sort of do those things. And yeah, a small camper van would be great. But like a really tiny one, I don't need a full-on second home ordeal. She never progresses at work because she's made every other skill. Like she's so overqualified, but she's never... She does everything else. Oh, it was that thing she got now. We need to make a proper little, like, display. Actually, that one can be further down, because that makes the sense, doesn't it? Look at that, that's so cute! Once again, it takes so little to make me happy. Oopie doopie doop. Oh, and she wants to do some painting again. We can do painting. Can we do a munchie bot? Yeah, we do have the money to make a munchie bot. We need higher comfort items to make that work out. Might need a proper, like, expensive couch hangout thing. Oh, that sounded Irish. Yeah, a lot of people, especially when I worked in a sort of touristy zone in London, if you're not British yourself, I sound really Irish. If you're British, I don't really sound Irish. And if you're Irish, you wonder what the F that is supposed to mean. But yeah, it's because the Celtic languages, so Irish, Welsh, Scotch Gaelic, all that stuff, they and the Scandi languages kind of share a noise, so to speak. They have a bit of the same vibe to them. And the Irish specifically and the Swedish have similar R's. So it does turn out quite similar. Like, so there is a specific reason why, yeah, I do sound not Irish specifically, but like, if you don't know Irish, it's so easy to think so. Especially as what we think of as the more sort of Swedish accent. Because I have a Scandi tilt, absolutely, 100%. But the Swedish accent that you kind of think of as the Swedish accent tends to come from the fact that Swedish has a completely different phonetic alphabet, and it sounds very peculiar if you speak English with the Swedish phonetic alphabet. And so it's a very distinctive noise. Which would be kind of like all the sounds when you're speaking Swedish are very blunt. That is why it kind of sounds like we are singing, because each letter is hitting a note, right? And thus, if you blunt it down and use that phonetic alphabet, you make the sound that I just did, which it took me ages to learn how to even do that, and I find it exhausting. It is so hard to speak with that accent. Because I just switch. It's called code switching when you swap like that. And I'm really lucky because I can code swap really quickly. Which I think I just inherited from my mother. I can't take any credit for it at all. But that's why I sound like I have a little bit of a tilt instead of the more sort of stereotypical Swedish accent.
Lagabu!
I love how they smell themselves and then like essentially faint. Like, we've all been there, I think, but you know, still. She desperately wants to play some chess. I mean, I guess she can. Oh, she wanted... Oh, she is already ungamed a lot. That's not worth getting back. I mean, technically, like, it's a lot of points, but also, She wants a computer. And some more skill points. What should we go for? She doesn't have any charisma, so let's do that. Did we ever do the... Oh, she's uncomfy. Okay. I love that you can see the bed reflected in. My old computer didn't have kind of the graphics for that, but this one does. And once again, I get excited so easily. It takes very little to make me happy, which is a blessing. It really is. She will progress so quickly in her career when finally she might need more friends though quite soon. Oop. Oh, she did do the physiology thing. How many points did she get? Yeah, they just happen instantly when you study physiology. I have most other fixes, but not that for some reason. Maybe because I found it quite neat. I don't know. It's quite fun. What seems to take a lot of effort? What, the accent? Yeah, it's not my natural way of speaking. It's exhausting. Yeah, and suddenly she already has all the skills. We may want to buy her a better bed. We can put the old one in the loft as like a guest thing. We should probably make it before we stick it up there. Is there a good, like, white bed? I don't think there is. It doesn't need to be white. I mean, I'm slightly tempted to, like, go full on elf bed. That is a little bit much. And that's just the plantation. Why do I have a plantation double bed? Do I not know what happened at those places? In my defense, that's probably not why I downloaded it. That kind of has the vibe. Yeah, that's nice. And like nice enough that she's actually gonna get some rest in it. We still haven't had those last few benches like sorted. Do I want all of them like that, or do I want that one? Anyway, we have to wait now for more money. She's losing enthusiasm about tinkering, people. That's a tragedy. Now, could you also make the bed on the other side, please, Jane? Thank you, babes. Did we do the whole way to... Yeah, we did. Yeah, and we need... Because I was gonna stick that in the attic, but we need to finish that stuff first. Oh, so she didn't lose that much enthusiasm. Can we put it there? Would that work? She's losing enthusiasm about arts and crafts. No. Body. Oh. Here. We can fix that. I literally have to pause so that it can roll. Because it's so quick. She is now very platinum. She has hit her stride in life. She's a diligent dynamo. Oh yeah, now she is starting to roll once for maximizing all the skills. All of them.
Uno, Martino.
Cleaning is the next thing. Yeah, that's the last, isn't it? She will roll that again, most likely, when she tops one of these, and then she will be able to do that one when she maximizes the last one. That's how it normally works. Oh, and she sold that, so we can do that. And then I wanted to give her like a cutesy night side table that would fit with... like something that will be nice. That isn't too bad actually. I like that just by default. And it comes in different colors. Do we have anything better than these two? Wait, that one... oh, that one is matchy. We have a matchy one. Thank you, Past Me, for downloading that. I really like it. Can we put that on? We can. Once more, so happy for no reason. I was asked by somebody about, you know, the PTSD thing, and they were like, well, are you having struggles to be happy about things? And I'm here like, no. Maybe for the first week or so, but that's not really, like, it's not how I roll. Do we have green as a theme? Because we were sort of going for it with the lamps, and then I really like that actually, and then we'll put this like up there. Do we need the chess table still? Because... do we want a chess table? I don't think we do. But we could do with the kitchen table. Maybe like a little nook here. But yeah, like I would shudder to think what it would take before I would be just not able to feel joy. I feel joy at everything. I shouldn't have deleted that chair, because look how cute those are. Or do I prefer that? No, I don't. And yeah, I realize being super happy for no reason. Actually, I don't. Wasn't feeling them. Yeah, being super happy for no reason is a privilege. No. I can just do those matchy ones. Those are quite cute. Just a bit of a matchy-batchy. Oh, that's quite nice actually. Quite like those. But is it weird that they're so much greener than the... Or is that the table they came with? But I don't like that table. Is it less weird if it's like white? Actually, I like that better. I do. And I kind of wanna... So like that, and then... No, cooperate with me. And then like... We want some cute like flowers. Sometimes they don't wanna do that when they're... Yep. What more kind of... Like, cause they... Those don't wanna go on the shelf. Those are very cute, actually. Or cream. And then some like soap. Look how cute. Hello Alex, thanks for joining us. Yeah, no, when the graphic settings just jump up, it's just, oh, it's so nice. You get to see things that you just haven't seen before. I'm not sure that that fits her aesthetic. I think this fits her aesthetic. I have now just reached the stage where I am decorating. That's just the rest of the live now, just me decorating. Oh yeah, that is her vibe. Oh no, it needs to go here. Yeah. Or maybe, like on top of that, yeah. We have got it. And then we have that, and... Which do we like better? I think that one. Oop. We're just cutifying her house now. Oh, these are little ghosts I downloaded. They're adorable. I also really like... Oh yeah. These are not something I downloaded, but it's really like... It has this like cozy vibe of kitchen. Cozy kitchen vibe. I am going to put that after all there, and then... Yeah! Cozy kitchen. My mum had a painting like in a very similar style to that when I was growing up. I have just been spending way too much money now decorating. And then we're hiding all the stuff behind the fridge. Actually, we're gonna hide that one in there. And that one behind the fridge. It's perfect. I might, in the next live, when I keep perfecting her life, I might add a carpet there, but also make that nook a little fancier. I might move some of that stuff up here, perhaps. Or even just put those. Or put that there. It's like, isn't that such a like dressing roomy vibe? Oh, I really like that. And then we'll put something like fancier there. And I think we may want to get her some more potion. I don't wanna summon aliens. She can't even get alien pregnant. Oh, we need to do a live where we try to make some unlucky dude alien pregnant. We need to do that at some point. But yeah, I'm gonna continue with this sort of not so mini series of the aspirations. We're gonna continue with Jane. We also have, I think her name is Bella from the romance aspiration. Yeah, the other. We may do popularity, but I'm not sure that would be super interesting. Can we make friends with a burglar? Nope. Oh, excuse me for thinking you'd be awake in the middle of the night. You're a flipping burglar. And so it's charisma and cleaning.
Uno, Martino,
What?
Manise.
Ping Talupert.
Manimo.
She still doesn't need any more friends, so she may get promoted again today, because look at her skills now suddenly as she... She is getting there, she soon knows everything. I wonder if there's a better... This is blue, but I feel like that's a nice vibe. I don't quite like that stuff. That might be the best one. So I do think I have. Would it be in here or in the other place? I do think I have like a bathroom rack. Oh yeah, that one is really nice for on top of the fridge. Makes it look much more, I don't know, lived in. Same with these sort of things. Oh yeah, multiple pegs. That was really nice. Not sure I like that red one. Sorry, I keep getting distracted from my ultimate goals here. Is this where the rack lives? There's a spice rack. But I don't think... Could it be in there? There's so much stuff in here. I have gone crazy downloading ladies' clothing and items for decorating. Oh, we should have like a bathroom. These are the items I want to put on a bathroom shelf. I'm just starting to collect. Should we put it on like... Yeah, all of these are good. Let's see if we can find the bathroom rack I was looking for. I've spotted many random things that we could use, including these fluffy towels. Oops. Oops. I just reset it instead. Whoopsie. And there's the job board I was looking for in my other house the other day. Oh, it's in there. So it's not there either. Would it be under here? Doesn't make sense. A box of tissues is good. Is it in here? Hello. Kitchen rack and bathroom rack, are you here? Why are you being difficult? I haven't done anything to anger you, have I? I mean, I do stupid stuff sometimes, but I feel like kitchen and bathroom racks should be feeling pretty happy with me. Should I do the white and then like the... Oh, that looks kind of nice, to be fair. And then we do another one of those shelves for all the little bits and bobs. Or should we do one of those and like put stuff on, and then like another one, and then move it so... Hello. I feel like maybe it makes more sense to put that in the bathroom, but I was gonna... So if that one kind of comes up to like here, and then that one comes up to there, and then we put that one like that one like that. Oh, that doesn't need to be even remotely that far up, does it? There we go, and then we put a nice big floofy plant underneath, and then ta-da! Decorating. What kind of plant? Oh, I do like those. It's a bit... I feel like that could be much lower, but that would also make sense, doesn't it? That it's like not that far up, because that way you can actually reach your stuff. But if we put that a bit further up, we could have another shelf in between. Sorry, I've just completely like lost it and gone for just interior decorating now. Is that even spaces? No, it isn't. I think it's now even. Eveny Steveny. You're just sitting here for another 36 minutes hoping nothing happens. I mean, very valid. She's a relic liberator. And she brought home more money so we can finish decorating. Look, I have my priorities worked out. Because there are some good, like, boxes of... Like a box of tea. No, the box of tea needs to go on the... Come on, show me the wall. Yeah, that works. Okay. And then we're going in here, and we're gonna skip to the good part. Oh, and that is doing the exact same thing. Is that a tube and a... What do we really want there to be there? I have a lot of options. I don't think... Yeah, these are really nice, but they don't go on shelves. Just to spite me, I think. Does this go on shelves? No. It's also quite a nice little thingamabob. That is nice, and I think it goes on shelves, but it doesn't really fit in the bathroom. Same with that, really. I do have a bowl I quite like. Oh yeah, there are more in here. And there is a rack like that one, but for kitchens. That is quite good to put this on. On the other hand, we have plenty of space in this kitchen, so we could just like... That is incredibly far from the... Actually, I do quite like the idea of moving that to there, but then we need to move that. Oops. Would that like look like it's... That is better, isn't it? And then... Yeah, look at me doing the pretty... Are those eggs? Those are big, badass eggs. Jeez. I do like 3 egg omelettes, but with those I would consider a 1 egg omelette. Would you have a bunch of... You would, wouldn't you? I have a big box of books in my toilet, but that's because I don't really use the toilet, and so... I mean, I use the toilet, but not normally in the Valkyrie. Because it flushes straight out, and I think that's quite cheeky to do in a marina. Especially as they have toilets that they let us use free of charge. So it's kind of like, let's not bully our neighbors with pee if we can avoid it, maybe. And so I was gonna... No, I don't like that combo. I'm gonna put it like over there in a sec. That doesn't go on shelves, does it? Does that? Because those are quite cute. Oh, but I'm doing a kitchen now. I forgot. Doesn't that go on? I was sure it did, but apparently not. What is in there? Bathroom clutter. I love that someone genuinely named it that. Oh, it's just a scissor. I love the idea actually of her just having a scissor lying by itself on a shelf next to the coffee. This is my special scissor spot. I would do that in my kitchen. Actually, I have hooks. There were some hooks already in... What? Okay. The actual... I mean, that makes sense, but... Huh. There were some hooks already in the Valkyrie when I got her, but they were mismatched and old and like old rusty things and not... So what I ended up doing is I bought a chunk of them on Amazon and just made sure there were like plenty of matching hooks in places. And can she still use it if that's there? I don't know. But that is so I do have a scissors just hanging in my kitchen, is the point I was making. Should she get like a new dress and maybe some new friends? The burglar lets us talk to her today. I still don't need any more friends though. That's good. We're gonna do some charisma. Her house is properly cute now. We're just gonna see if we can like... Oh no, I know exactly which rug I want. That one, but... Oh yeah. We're gonna put that in the attic too. Would that be like cute there? Because I do think we need to like fix this nook and give her like a proper sofa. I do like those love seats. Oh, my favorite though. Should we give her an Arven sofa? Or couch? I am tempted. I'm so tempted. Remember everyone to like the live. Liking the live is good for Pop-Tarts. Such a stupid joke, but I'm sticking with it, peeps. There we go. So my next live will be Wednesday. It might have to be pushed till 10 because I'm still on a fairly late rotation. So you might have, you know, a nice half an hour pee break between Ryan's stream and mine. But there will be a stream, 9:30 to 10. By the time he's done with his stream, it should be scheduled in so you can see exactly when it is. And then a similar time on Friday. This very early Friday stream is just because I'm on a funny work rotation and I was literally just off today, and I am working tomorrow, so I can't stay super late, so I thought I'd give you some extra time by starting early. That is very green, but I am kind of into it. She's a dread pirate. Is she? I should have named her Roberts. So she could be the Dread Pirate Roberts. Skam over mig, skam over min ko. Oh wait, that's not the right way to do it. Skam över mig, skam över min familj. Skriv upp det här. Skam över mig, skam över min ko. I did the Mushu tweet, but instead of saying shame on you, I said shame on me. I know nobody else at all understands what I just said, so I'm just explaining that that's what I did. Extreme version of having to explain your jokes. I'm sorry for saying the scary Michelle. These are starting to look a bit like they belong in her attic. She needs a third one. There is a green one, isn't there? Is there a white? Oh, look at it! Yeah! These also start to feel like they belong in her attic. Actually, I can sort of see how I might fit them in. Or do they both still fit down there? Is it a good aesthetic? It kind of is, actually. They do kind of do it for me still. What is the difference between the... Oh, there's more fiddly bits. Sorry, Michelle. Does it help at all that it was aimed at me? I'm just traumatizing the people who watch my streams. This is not a good business idea. Oh no, she's studying something she didn't need to study. What happened? Oh, it was cleaning. And charisma. So we're gonna do some charisma. Oh, she has the day off. She needs to make another friend. Excuse me, Cameron. Would you want to be friends with me by any chance? I know lots of stuff. And I can bake. This is how I make friends. No. Don't brag. Or argue. Just be nice. Now this is finally going... Oop! The snow melted way quick. The amount of people who were watching the stream just went down quite drastically. I think I spooked everyone off with my scary curse. Come for the Sims, stay for the trauma. I mean, it's working for Ryan. Oh, crikes. What happened? What the... My computer and my mouse are having an all-out brawl now. There we go. Oh, she can no longer recycle, so I'm pretty sure. These are kind of ugly. I'm gonna replace them with prettier plants. Yeah! And then she has some inside. That's lovely. Lavender is great for you. I mean, it's great for sleeping. I just like lavender. Yeah, this is nice. This is a nice house now. And I kind of like this little setup with the closet, and then there's a ballet bar near the mirror, and then the painting easel. Kind of feel like that's a nice little vibe she's got. And the phone that I read the chat on has just died, so I'm not ignoring anyone, I just can't see you anymore. That being said, I am about to stop. I just think I might want to max that skill for her. Have some salmon. When is her work coming? Oh, quite soon. Does she have... She does have a day off. We might stay home and do this. Because then we can lock that in. Prue. She does look very, like, bridal.
Pru.
Prue? Are you saying brides were prudes? Because I don't think that's quite how it worked, even in the Victorian era. I think they were just willfully ignorant because everybody said they had to be.
Blood pork.
Don't victim blame. I don't think that was what she was doing, but... Come on, just use the thing and do the thing. Come on, good girl. She said, making it weird instantaneously. Rabadimda. Rabadimda. She's using her vacation as soon as she earns it.
Bow dragaboom. Pru.
Pru? Yes. Not so much a pru, but she is dressed very virginally. I'm currently wearing loungewear with big pink roses on it. Not pink, they're yellow. And it's just one of those things that are like, I am so comfortable, but they are so ugly. They are so ugly, it's a fashion statement. So that is the last set of, like, things. Oop. Bogwitch. We should give Bee and Ryan and this lady a call. Just to bulk up our relationships a wee bit. This is so much easier than it was in Sims 1. Then again, everything is easier than it was in Sims 1. Life is just in hard mode in Sims 1.
What are doing? Look na blanda dish.
Gilflykt. Is that what she's still called? Flake. Oh, I still have the Swedish version names in my brain. I do play the English version nowadays, but that's a fairly new thing for me. And when I first switched my save files in the Swedish games to the English version, it messed them up, guys. Some of the names were just suddenly something completely different. It was quite interesting, but also quite annoying. And I have been streaming for 2.5 hours, so I am going to leave it here. I think we have gotten much closer with this sim to, like, a good life than we did with the romance lady, because, like, this is nice. She has a nice house. She has quite a nice job. She's the Dread Pirate Roberts. She has so many skills. She's, yeah. I think we're gonna give her a sewing machine next time. We might need to move her bed to sell it because we need the space. But yeah. Wait. Cancel. We're just gonna save. Because I just realized it's not Sims 1. We don't have to quit. We can just do this. And we're going to skip in here. Oh my goodness. We've had quite a lot of views today. I cursed my computer. No, it's just the link between the mouse and the... Yeah, I'm also ready for the weekend. It did, didn't it? It was a good 2.5 hours. It was very fun. Thank you for joining me for all of it. I am getting enough people on streams now that it's getting like a nice graph. Anyway, thank you for watching, Michelle. Have a lovely weekend. Hopefully see you on Wednesday. Take care and be safe and have a great weekend. Okay. Bye, Michelle. Bye, everyone.